Hello, well met friends! Anding here for another episode of the epic story. When we last left off, we were making our way into Tarling's Crown after making our way into Gondor and through the Paths of the Dead, and we are finally ready to talk to this crazy guy with the cart.
Take care, traveler. The road here is treacherous. My wagon has succumbed.
Many an ankle has been turned by the rough going in this pass. Riders and walkers sent to the ground by one misstep. It has claimed the axle of my cart, and now my business is halted. I sent my boy Nadan to the nearest village for supplies we can use to fix it, but he has yet to return. Can you keep an eye open for him? I am afraid he may have run into trouble, or into the town's tavern for a short drink that became a long one. The nearest town is called Dindab, and it is to the southeast along the road. Nadan may be a fool, but he is my boy, and I do not want him to run afoul of trouble. Not when we have a task to perform. Alright, crazy guy. Well, Hairball went off and killed something or other. So, that's good. Let's go ahead and continue on to the town and hope to find his son. What do we have here?
If you could bring one of these barrels back to my father, I will follow with the other.
I need to return to my father's cart up the road that way, in the neck. Have you come from there? Nadan grimaces and clutches his leg. We are bringing several bottles of Kemendril liquor to sell at the towns throughout the Vale, on behalf of Galengram's divine and delicate draughts. But the cart has succumbed to the harsh passage. My father sent me down to that village yonder to bring back supplies to fix the cart, and I did my duty. Well, as far as it went. For I was jumped by raiders and hurt my foot quite grievously. They ran off, but be warned, they may return in time. If you could bring one of these barrels back to my father, I will follow with the other. I think I'm just about ready to walk once more. Alright, so who really buys the Raiders story? I don't think he had anything to do with Raiders. Oh gosh, he had something to do with Raiders. Okay. Or at least there's Raiders attacking now. There we go, I guess we got the barrel and can now make our way back. Okay, I guess his story checks out.
Did you find my boy? Did you find Nadan?
You tell Bandron his son was attacked by raiders, but survived and seemed well enough to return very soon. That is a relief, Staffding. I have many daughters, but he is my only son. Who else will carry on the legacy of my house, as common as it is? He is my blood, and in him I see my own visage at that age. Young, but full of dreams for the road to come. He is dear to me. You have done well by my son and my family. Now, my benefactor, what supplies have you brought from him? Give them to me, and I will repair this axle the better to return to my employer's errand. You hand over the barrel of nails, and Bandron's eyes widen with surprise. What is this? An entire barrel of nails? You tell Bandron that his son should be by very soon with another similar barrel. Oh, that cannot be. What am I supposed to do with 2 barrels of nails? I need to fix an axle, not put a nail in every tree from here to the grey wood. This repair will take 2 nails at most. And now we have 2 barrels of the things. How much coin did he spend on these barrels? Every one I gave to him, I do not doubt. All of our profits on this expedition will have gone to buying nails. Oh, Staffding, I recommend to you a life without heirs. Every hair on my head was the colour of coal before Nadan was born, and ever since, white hairs, each and every one. My employer is Gallingam of Gallingam's Divine and Delicate Draughts. He runs a shop in the town of Calumel to the southeast. Kindly go to him and tell him that we ran into some difficulty, and we'll return as soon as Calumel liquor is delivered. If you have a kindly heart, Stafting, weave a tale of raiders and robbers, and leave the nails quite out of it. If the dead pass through here, they may have gone to Calumel. It is worth a look. Alright, so it seems our story is tied, for the time being at least, with the great and successful expedition of nail buyers. Alright, nail merchants. Alright, let's continue along our way. Alright, and here we are at the gates of Calumel, which are clearly the town of PewDiePie. There are big PewDiePie fans here, as you can tell by all the brofits. Alright, let's make our way into town and find that quest giver.
Welcome to Gallingam's Divine and Delicate Draughts, purveyor of remedies and poultices.
If you are here to purchase some of my goods, I must sadly report that you have come at a poor time. My last shipment of Calumel liquor is already bound for Blackroot Vale, and my remaining stock is set aside for the houses of healing at Minas Tirith. You tell Gallingam of your encounter with Brandron and his son Nadan. That delay is unfortunate, but not unexpected. A successful merchant accounts for such things. There will be the last delivery of Calumel liquor to the Vale for some time, because now all my goods will be needed at Minas Tirith.
Yours is not the first report I've heard of raiders in Nadan.
I am worried they may do some harm to the fields where my workers grow Calumel blossoms. With these crops I brew the healing liquors I send throughout the kingdom. If they are ruined, more than my business will suffer. Gallingram scowls. Prince Imrahil rode east for Minas Tirith, leaving his daughter to rule Dol Amroth. Is it any wonder that raiders have taken advantage to cause trouble while the prince is away? I wager they will not dare to do so if he remained in the city. But alas, war threatens in the east, and draws him hither and thither. Lothriel sits in Dol Amroth, where she is safe. But what of the people outside the walls? Several farms in my employ work the fields even now. Will you protect them while they go about their business? I would greatly appreciate it, and you would be doing me and Gondor a favor. Alright, well, let's go ahead and take care of this guy's farms. Alright, we got Corsairs attacking this farmland, so we need to, of course, take it all out. And we don't want the roving threat, at least not yet. Why not open a hobbit present while you're being attacked by a Corsair raider? Or attacking a Corsair raider, I suppose. There we go, collected Corsair weapons right off of their dead corpse, I suppose. Alright.
I am no warrior. If a raiding party does threaten our work, I will be helpless.
I will be glad of the company, but I hope Gallingram's concerns prove to be unfounded. I am no warrior. If a raiding party does threaten our work here, I will be quite helpless. Fortunately for me, you are an imposing figure indeed. Yes, just keep crying, buddy. Don't worry, I'm just going to, save this bundle here. Alright. Looks like everyone got hostile. Okay. Let's go ahead and just put a lightning nado on him. I'm sure he won't mind. There we go. Yes, just stop crying once he's dead. Very good. Okay. That's great. Okay, so it turns out we were actually supposed to protect these guys the entire time, instead of, just letting them work and, saving them one time. We were supposed to keep protecting them. Thank you for the help, friend. Yeah, no problem. The rest of you were not going to help at all, but we protected that one, so that's all that matters, I suppose.
I do not like the look of these weapons at all. These are weapons of Umbar.
Do you have news from the fields? Oh, you have more than that. These bundles of harvested flowers will allow me to brew a good quality of my healing liquor. But what are these? Calumel squints critically at the Corsair weapons you have set before him. I do not like the look of these weapons at all. They are weapons of Umbar, I'll warrant, and that means the raiding party that plagues Nadan will come from the coast. If Prince Imrahil were here, he would not dare to land. But we have only his daughter, Lothriel, to keep the coast safe, and she is not the leader that is her father.
These Corsair raiders likely landed at the shore west of here, in Belfalas.
I expect they established a foothold in the old ruins on the coast. People say elves once lived there, but that must have been 1,000 years or more ago. No elves have come near Calumel for as long as I've run my shop, at any rate. If you are of a mind to deal with these Corsairs, that would be the place to do it. And while you're at those ruins, if you happen to see any old remnants of the elves, bring them back to me, and I will pay you a good coin for them. The elves wouldn't be needing them, after all. I have not travelled that way since I was a young man, but I remember an overlook with a good view of the ruins. That would be a good place to survey the situation, and you should go there first. Alright, I think that does bring this episode to a close. Thank you everyone so much for watching. When we return, we will make our way to the old abandoned elf camp, but that's not till next time. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll see you again real soon for another episode of The Epic Story.